Hello, and welcome to Talk Tech with Beck. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about object-oriented programming. So, what is object-oriented programming? According to Wikipedia's page on object-oriented programming, it is a programming paradigm based on the concept of objects, which can contain data and code. Data in the form of fields, often known as attributes or properties, and code in the form of procedures, often known as methods. Object-oriented principles have been around since the middle of the last century, but they really gained popularity, and some may say dominance in the programming world in the 1990s. Since it is a style of programming as opposed to a programming tool, it has been able to survive decades of innovation and progress, not only avoiding obsolescence, but remaining both very popular and widely used. So, what does that mean? Object-oriented programming is a way to structure your coding. It's a blueprint for how you build it. It's breaking it down into reusable pieces of code, which are the classes. The classes then hold objects, which are individual instances of the class. An object has and is defined by its own set of properties. Besides containing objects, a class can also contain functions or methods that are made available only to the type of objects within that class. These methods are defined within a class and usually perform actions specific to the object. Instances of a class object are able to be accessed and or modified only through their specific class methods. This can be done because objects have a notion of this or self. So now we're going to kind of break down class, objects, methods, and attributes. They're kind of the four main pieces that make up creating code in object-oriented programming. Let's do it. So basically, classes are essentially user-defined data types. They are where programmers create the blueprint for the structure of methods and attributes. From this blueprint, we can create or instantiate individual objects. Classes contain fields for attributes and methods for behaviors. We're going to start here. This is a kind of really basic example of what a class could look like. Now, clearly, this isn't code. This is kind of like more of a pseudocode, just laying out what I'm thinking. So first we're going to do this class. The class is employees. So each employee will have a name, a title, a start date, a birthday, and their time off. Within that class of employee, right now we have two functions. We have take vacation and get anniversary. Okay, so remember, we have our class. Employee, name, title, start date, birthday, time off, take vacation, get anniversary. Whoops. Let's make you a method. I'm not left-handed. Ignore that. It's cool. So anyway, say we have a new hire. I don't know. Maybe her name's Rebecca. She's probably pretty cool too. We'll create our new employee. And we're going to instantiate it with a name, Rebecca. Title, front-end developer. Start date, May 1st, 2021. Or sooner, whatever. Birthday, 1/1/1935. And dang, does she look good for her age. And our time off, we're going to start with 25 days. Now we've created our class, our object, our instance of this class. Methods represent behaviors. They perform actions. They can update an object's data, or they can return information about an object. Methods are written in the class definition. Individual objects can call methods that are defined in their class. While methods can update data, they don't have to. So here I've got a little just kind of pseudocode about what take vacation could potentially look like. So we've got take vacation. It would take in two arguments, time off, and then number of days that you're taking off. So you would, have your variable vacay left equals time off minus days, and then Rebecca.timeoff would equal vacay left. So that's how we would update the state. So say I wanted to take 3 days off because I needed to go, see the world after being cooped up for a year. So I would say, I would make this code, I would call it, I would say, call my time off, -3. So then next time this could update. Again, I'm not left-handed. Let's see how this goes. So now we have 22 days off because I took 3. So that's kind of an example of how you can use a method to update your state. So here's another example of a method. This one, however, will not update any of the attributes. So this is a get anniversary. So basically you could run this through all of your objects and put in each object's start date, and then their anniversary would equal today's date minus your start date, so that you would know, when to celebrate people for their 5, 10, 1 year with your company. This doesn't change anything up here. It just returns information from the information that we have here in our objects attributes. Attributes are the information that is stored for each object. They are defined in the class. When an object is instantiated, they contain data stored in the attributes field. This is where an object state is defined and held. And there you go. That is a really quick, dirty introduction to object-oriented programming. There is a lot more to do with object-oriented programming. I'm hoping to go into the 4 principles of object-oriented programming in a later video, but I feel like this is a really good, solid start, just kind of understanding the makeup of classes, objects, methods, and attributes. So I hope you enjoyed this new installment of Talk Tech with Beck, and if you did, I would be super grateful if you could go ahead and give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!